Greetings and salutations, good friends, and welcome to Blades in Paradise. My name is Dr. Winston Thoreau, and I will be your guide to the perils and pleasures of our paradise amidst the post-apocalyptic Pacific Northwest. Now, we'll get to the chicanery and shenanigans momentarily, but before we do, allow me to deliver some news. Blades in Paradise is an actual play podcast run in John Harper's Blades in the Dark. We are proud to have been selected for the Evil Hat Games Creator Program. Bard Rock Network is sponsored by Dragon Master Games. Visit DragonMasterGames.com for all your CCG, TCG, TTRPG, and miniature game needs. If you enjoy the stories we tell, you can tip us on Ko-fi or visit us at patreon.com/bardrockcafe. By sponsoring the network, you not only help us provide an ever-expanding library of shows, but gain access to bonus content, the network Discord, exclusive booster game nights, and roles on our booster bonus table. Now, without further delay, allow me to introduce you to my cohorts Lizzie, Sterling, and Max, the crew of ESPN. Enjoy.
Blades in Paradise is a dystopian story intended for adults. These stories intentionally address challenging topics that might not be suitable for all ears. This campaign includes content warnings for gun violence, child endangerment, animal cruelty, unintentional misgendering of a non-binary person, substance use, and graphic descriptions of injuries, including the eyes. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, and welcome back to Blades in Paradise. I'm Paul, the Blades Daddy for our first campaign, and as always, I'm joined by the separated scoundrels of ESPN. Everyone, please introduce yourselves, your character, provide pronouns for both, and tell us one new thing about your character.
Hey, Dommy, drop a beat. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, 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 little Nathan's afflicted with the sickness, delusions of greatness, feeling safe cause he's famous. Sorry Nate, Doc's back in the studio, writing prescriptions to cure whatever ails you, so take 2, take 5, better take a break, call me in the morning, I'm afraid your plans will have to wait. Can't think straight? I'm not surprised, the side effects of facing me will lead to your demise. There's no stopping this phantasmologist, board certified, can't deny I'm the best kid. You want a hot dog? Let me be frank, you're nothing but a wiener, and compared to me, you're second rate. Nothing but a bratwurst, a loser on your best day. I might have been your mentor, but you never ever learned a thing. Get in the ring, Nate. It's time to face your boss. You think that you're unbeatable? You've never faced a perfect draw. Mic drop.
Nice.
That was very nice. I feel like last time I was unfair in giving you the bonus die for anyone else got a chance to earn it, so I will hold it. You probably have it.
That's fine.
Also, apparently Winston has also been hanging out with Swift Taylor's cousin, Mather Marshalls.
Oh.
Exactly. Hi, I'm Jim, he, him, and I am playing Dr. Winston Thoreau, also he, him. Fun fact about Dr. Winston Thoreau is that he has never been to the dentist. He does not believe that dentists are real. He does not believe that dentists exist. He thinks that they are a figment of everybody's imagination.
You have met a dentist. I need to point out.
No, I haven't. No, I have not.
Dr. Pepper is the best dentist in Salvation.
That's just a fancy word for doctor. I mean, who cares what part they take care of? You're going to use, it's really just semantics at that point. Also, I don't believe that man is actually board certified by any organization whatsoever. He is not, he's a quack.
Actually, if you're in his office, you'll see he does have a board certification. It's literally a wooden board that says doctorate on his wall.
It says certified on the board. That's phenomenal.
Can we sell the boards?
Wow.
The merch store is just the 2x4 with the sharp certified written on it.
I do
Sharpie.
woodbirding. Just write certified on it.
Please do that. That should be our merch.
You're good, Justin. Go for it.
Oh, sorry. I was basking in the afterglow there. That was awesome. Okay, so I see you in the shadows, smile through your lies, about to teach you about my dark reprise. No monsters in your head, we're on Benny's payroll, probably dead. Not a ghost, still can't see me, out of the shadows with my rat's named Timothy. I'm a vessel, unlimited capacity. Got longevity, depravity, and touch with a little bit of insanity. Watch your backs, put you in your place, mess with my friends, I spit fire to your face. Hi, I'm Max Graves, also known as Justin Langston. a cantankerous, very old guy. He, him. And my big reveal is the fact that I've never tried to rap or rhyme or put words together before. So that's kind of new to me. And yeah, there's my debut.
And it was excellent. That was great.
Thank you. Short and sweet, just like me.
All right, so Lizzie, what rap battle do you have prepared?
When I stop laughing here.
No pressure.
I'm the reigning rifle queen, and when I start my reign of violence, there will be some more ghosts if you know what I mean. And when I fire at the Ringling Brothers, they'll fade and see them all drop to the hard ground. That's how I get paid. And yeah, I didn't write this. That's all Jim and Riley.
Boom.
I mean, that was freestyling right there.
Nice.
I am not a rapper. I'm not a songwriter. I can't even do a poetry.
It's not that hard to rhyme. I do it all the time, to the point it might be a crime.
It is a crime. I'm Queenie, she, her, playing Lizzie Calhoun, she, her, with my trusty hound Shadow that we don't know where he's at right now. Will he come in, or
I know where he is.
will he end up dead? Who knows?
Not the puppy.
He's still tied by his leash to a light post outside the courthouse waiting for the treat he gets for being such a good boy.
It's like
you
that
going
one episode
No,
of Futurama.
no. No.
We don't talk about that here.
Riley, your turn.
I assume you all have a rap, so Sterling, it's your turn.
Oh, I actually had nothing.
Are you
Sterling
serious?
never had a rap.
I mean, slam poetry is basically just rap without a beat behind it. You wrote one for Queen, but not you.
Go, Riley. Go, Riley.
Paradise watch with me. I don't care. I can battle. Not even trains scare me. Team, we got this fire. Let's burn our nemesis. My harpoon venom. I'm ready to set us free. I don't care. Game fire, and after it all, you'll get to see what this game's missing. Y'all wait on my fall? I got friends who stick up for me. When all you've got, Grace, are some powerful ass enemies. The rich fear what they can't keep contained. We'll put on a show of shuddering, all these shitheads change. They keep fucking around, having their fun. By the time they found out just how rule breaking's done. Hi, I'm Ryan.
Hi, Riley.
Boom.
They pronouns? I play the brash and scrappy scoundrel Sterling most of the day. Fun fact, Sterling's favorite Robin is Damien, and they're wrong.
I agree they are wrong. Damien is empirically the worst Robin. Two things. I realized, instead of having you chased by trains, I should have had you fighting elevators. Second of all, because you all coordinated to all have a rap battle skit ready, I'm going to just give you all a bonus die because it was a team effort.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
Thank you, Blades Daddy.
I also am 3-story up, so it's basically train
And
elevators.
two of us got out of our comfort zone.
And if I was smart, I would have lead into your defeater heights.
What is an elevator but a train that goes up and down?
What is this comfort zone thing?
Well, you know, here's the thing. People think it's a thing that goes up and down, but no. An elevator is actually a room where the entire universe moves up and down around you, and you're stationary. We've just been taught to believe that because we can't think from a fourth dimensional perspective.
That's why only one elevator on Earth can work at any given time.
So my building actually has 3 broken elevators out of 4 right now, so that actually pained me to hear.
Unless you're in the Wonka elevator, and then the world also goes across, sideways.
Today, I had a fact ready because I promised you all that there's going to be a fact about the campaign world every time now because I should do a fact. There's going to be 2 now. The first one is, I've known this for a while, Swift Taylor's cousin that is in some sort of blood sport children's gaming league is a rapper-themed gamer named Mather Marshalls. And that's just your bonus because it came up finally. And the fact I had prepared, the art of podcasting is alive and well in Paradise. There are several low-bandwidth AM radio channels maintained by the Broadcast Guild where people can self-publish pre-recorded radio programs at a nominal fee. It is worth noting these programs are monitored by underpaid Lantern Corp employees, otherwise known as interns, to ensure there is nothing contrary to the corporate propaganda in the messages being broadcast.
Would lantern interns just be called lanterns?
lanterns, but they tried that and like it was really confusing, so it didn't catch on.
So many marketing managers, so little time.
Anyway, last time, the party was dosed with a neurotoxin in the courthouse before waking up separated at famous film studios.
We did not consent.
Finally, do you think vampires care about your consent? That only applies to inviting them inside.
Isn't that the entire plot of Twilight, is that vampires do actually care about consent?
Not these vampires.
Okay, fair.
They learned that each of them would face a respective challenge in order to survive. Sterling a game of battle ball by themselves. Lizzie a hostage situation in the Old West where her family were the hostages. Max navigating an artificial jungle on the set of Stories of the Secret Sanctuary with an ex-wife Layla and her new husband as hostages. And Winston a game of combat critters against famous Nathan. We lift things off with famous Nathan saying, "It's time to crit. Winston, since you rolled well enough on the engagement roll, you get to go first in the combat critters game. For the audience, Jim and I will be playing the TTRPG Perfect Draw, which will be linked in the show notes. And for this combat critters game, Jim, would you like to summarize the general rules of game before we continue?"
Sure. Perfect Draw is a system that is designed to replicate a card battle similar to those that you would see in Yu-Gi-Oh! Or one of those other Yu-Gi-Oh! Related sports-like animes. No, we are not on motorcycles in this one. So I'll be playing the idealist in this particular situation. Long and the short of it, I have an ideal, and Nathan, surprise, surprise, is the opposite of my ideal. So I will be getting an extra +2 every time that I roll with combat tension, because Nathan, my greatest enemy, is facing me. I will be playing cards that I have created, and then Paul will also be playing cards that he has created, and we'll have our own little imaginary game of Calvin Ball that's going to be going back and forth for the next however many episodes it takes.
I need the record to state that for famous Nathan, I took a pre-made boss from the book and just renamed all of the cards to emphasize the fact that Nathan is a corporate shill. The only custom monster I have is the fucking Deathclaw from Fallout, which he does have 3 of in his deck, even though it's against the rules of Perfect Draw.
Oh, does he?
He already said that he did.
That is established canon before we chose this game, which is why he gets to break the rules. So anyway, what is your first move?
One of the things that we need to have an understanding of is that this particular card game is either going to be significant or be a finale. And depending on how complicated it is, that determines the number of life we start off with, the number of cards we start off with, and the number of moves we're able to move with. So I believe we had set up front that this is going to be a finale battle.
Yes.
So with the finale battle, we start with 4 life, 3 cards in hand, and we can move from there. Nathan, are you sure you want to do this?
I'm sure I want to do this, Winnie. I'm going to defeat you once and for all, the only thing that you were ever able to beat me at. And then I'm going to take you and your friend's souls, and I'm going to turn them into batteries to power my new dirigible.
All right, so Yami Winston talks to the Nathan in his head, and Nate, which aspect of your personality is this?
I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with envy. See how he has this real hard-on to prove he's better than you are?
Yeah, what's the thing that would make you the most jealous in the world right now?
Make me jealous? I would say a corporeal body for me.
I understand that, but he has one of those. So in the event that you were him, what's some way I can get deep, deep, deep under his skin?
Convince him he is inferior to someone other than you, like the other Nathans or Procter & Gamble. Someone he's subservient or equal to. Make him feel like he's inferior to them.
Got it. All right, for my first move, Natey boy, I am going to play one of my favorite cards, the Elephantum. I press my card down on the table in front of me, and a big puffy white elephant that is covered in flowers and is crackling with a little bit of white spirit energy pops up onto the field. And I will also summon 2 Elecavs. And I'm using my staple, which summons 2 weak warriors to the field. So now I have 2 weak warriors and a normal warrior that says, whenever an elephant dies, I gain a life. Your move.
A predictable move by a predictable fool. Nathan reviews his opening hand. I'm going to start by playing Corporate Defense Lawyer. And you watch as a hologram appears of a pale white man with a bad toupee holding a briefcase. When Corporate Defense Lawyer is on the field, Neither of us can use our draw a card or use a staple or invocation actions on our turn. Let's see how your silly little elephant graveyard deck functions when you can't draw any more cards or play anything powerful.
Well, Nathan, I knew you'd make a simple mistake as that. That's probably why they sent you here first. Oh, Procter & Gamble. They probably figured that, they'd send you over here to distract us while they get some business done, and then they'd send the other, more powerful Nathans later.
Roll. This doesn't feel like a sway. I'm trying to remember what the other charisma rolls are.
Command?
Yeah, sure, let's go command.
I believe I have 2 in command. That's a 6.
You get the impression he's very rattled by that. It's like, oh, I'll show you who the better Nathan is. And that's where we're going to cut to Sterling. You have the ball, which is an international standard soccer ball, and have half a track loop before you're in the preferred position to shoot the goal. I forgot to mention last time, the team's goalie is just some sort of robot that seems to have motion sensors or some shit to tell it where to stop the ball, which means you're probably not going to be able to psych it out. Like, sometimes you'll try and fake out a goalie and look like you're shooting in a direction. It looks like it's going to track completely ball motion. It is not going to be able to be psyched out by you. You are on the inner track pursued by Grace's monorail buzzsaw train. What do you do?
First order of business, I tuck the ball into the sack.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. And then...
Spoilers for Bump in Paradise.
Okay. I'm zipping along this track ahead of Grace. I think back to the last time working with her. And I'm going to use a short burst from my boots to go upwards. And then shut them off so that I land on Grace's train.
Nice. Clever plan. Yeah, so basically you hover in air, and then because you are not grinding, you land on top of her train.
Gracie, that's where you go.
That is a feat of athleticism, so let's go ahead and roll finesse to try and stick that landing. You're landing on a thing moving very, very quickly.
That's a 2.
With a 2, you bounce off the train and start hurtling off the side of the track. You need to come up with a reaction of some sort before you land in the pool and basically are guaranteed to lose this game of Battle Ball.
I shoot my hook shot at Grace's car.
Okay. That feels like hunt because you're trying to find a spot to hook the shot onto the train that'll actually catch something. I remind you, you do have the bonus die I gave you mere moments ago if you need it.
I was just wondering that. It is early, but I think I'm going to use it because otherwise I'm rolling at disadvantage. That's a 5.
I mean, the 5, you catch onto it, and you're now being dragged around by a roughly 10 or 15 foot long length of cable by this train. So you can retract it, get back on top of it. A little bit of a scare there. The audience went wild at the idea that you were about to just beef it in the first literal 10 seconds of this encounter. You look at the audience is clearly just a bunch of famous film employees, and there's a flashing sign that says cheer whenever you're in danger.
Excellent.
You're now safely on top of the train. That part is trivial once you got your hook shot up there.
Alright, I'm hanging on to the train. I'm going to wave to the audience real quick and climb my way towards the front of the train.
Okay. You do that. It's going to take you some time to get to the front of the train. So, yeah, while you are doing that, we're going to cut to Lizzie.
Okay.
Do you have anything you want to do before you arrive at the Gint-Bent Saloon first?
No.
So you arrive at the Gint-Bent Saloon with surprising little opposition. And by little, I mean none whatsoever. With only your pistols, your Pip-Boy, and your laser cannon arm, you enter the saloon doors as they gently swing open and honky-tonk piano music playing in the background. The classic Western scene plays out. The piano abruptly stops and is replaced by a long whistle and harmonica. To your left is a bar with your brother, Jared, tied up behind the bar where the barkeep should be, and 2 of the Ringling brothers sitting at the bar on spinning stools. They spin around as you enter. To your right is the honky-tonk piano that was being played by another brother, who dives behind the piano to cover as you enter. And finally, directly in front of you are 3 more of the Ringling brothers, who are in the middle of a poker game as you arrived. They flip a table outside and take cover behind it. One of them shouts, "Sheriff Lizzie, surrender now, we'll make it quick and painless, we'll even spare your family. Toys R Us Kid doesn't have any quarrel with them beyond you."
Yeah, good luck with that. And I just start shooting. Take out the 2 on the bar stool first.
Okay, so go ahead and roll hunt to shoot the two on the bar stools.
6, 5, and 3.
Can we just revisit the fact that you said, okay, so you're just armed with your guns, your Pip-Boy, your arm cannon, just...
She's only armed with her pistols and the things that are physically attached to her body. Is that a better way to say it? I didn't want to rip her arm off. Yeah, with a 6 and a 5 and a 3.
Yes.
You completely obliterate those two Ringling brothers. But you realize in that moment, the ones that are taking cover are also shooting at you. Is there anything you want to do about that? Because you were pretty much out in the open at the crest of this door.
As I take those shots, I'm diving behind the bar with my brother.
Go ahead and roll finesse to get in position behind the bar safely while you're under gunfire.
Lizzie, I'm assuming those gunshots are coming from you. Can you please let me know that you're safe?
I will when I am. 5 and a 4.
You actually do have a jumbotron where you can see everybody on the screen. All right, so with 5, you're going to take you're going to mostly avoid the gunfire. You do take a shot to like the side of like your calf. So go ahead and mark a first level harm for hurt leg. Unless you'd like to roll to resist consequences. The thing I always forget you guys can do.
Yeah, I'll roll to resist consequence.
Yeah, so you're going to do is you're going to roll a d6, and you're going to take an amount of stress equal to that d6 in place of the harm.
I may be going down. 2. I'm not down.
Yeah, you take 2 stress, and it just hurt like a motherfucker, but you're okay. Alright, so you have cover behind the bar, but they also have cover, and now they have time to kind of regroup. What do you want to do while you're behind the bar?
I start trying to untie my brother.
I feel like this is finesse again to, like, while you're, like, trying to, in a hurry, untie your brother.
That's a 3.
Does Queenie have does Lizzie have like a Popeye type of thing that you can just squeeze a can of gin and it shoots into your mouth and you just become all
No, she did that with
ripped?
the juice box circa whatever episode's coming out tomorrow when we're recording this.
18.
18. 18's when you did it.
That was a 3, by the way, on finesse.
You start trying to untie him, you hear some bullets shattering, you realize at least 1 or 2 of them are approaching the bar and about to be right on top of you.
I peek over and take another shot or 2 at whoever's coming.
Alright, roll hunt. Are you trying to do this while maintaining cover? Because I will give you a penalty of 1d if you're trying to avoid being in danger yourself while doing this.
Yes.
Okay. You can use your bonus die to cancel out if you want, or take stress. Those are options.
You know, you all laughed at me when I had those Boy Scouts come to teach us knot tying.
I was looking at the sharpshooter ability, because I do have it.
Okay, what does the sharpshooter ability do?
Can push myself to do one of the following and make a ranged attack at extreme distance, what's beyond, or unleash a barrage of rapid fire. So no, neither one of those would work in this.
Yeah, I mean, you could use the rapid fire thing to try and take out the 2 that are approaching the bar. You'd still have to get into a better position to do it without rolling with the -1.
Yeah, and I'm just going to use my extra die to negate that.
Okay. Are you using sharpshooter to fire a flurry of bullets as you do this?
No,
Try and get 2 of them instead of 1?
because I
Okay.
can't push myself anyways. Or I'm down.
Okay.
2 1s.
That's a critical failure.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So, Lizzie, what happens is you go to shoot the Ringling brothers as they approach, and you realize as you pick your head just enough over the bar to see them, one of them has grabbed a gin bottle and just shatters it overhead. You will be rendered unconscious. Would you like to roll? You don't have stress to resist consequences, do you?
Nope.
Nope.
Either way, I'm down.
Yep, you are just knocked out. That's going to be where Lizzie's scene ends.
You've activated my trap card.
Okay, I want to know how you're going to use Sterling's ability to take somebody from knocking out of action and use it from an entire separate room the size of a warehouse away. But sure, let's hear your trap card. I want to hear you try and justify this.
I've checked the fine print. And there is no range on my later ability.
Yes, but you still need to contextualize it in the fiction, but yes, please do.
Can. Sterling sees this happen on the Jumbotron, and what I need to make this work is to be able to command a cohort. So I tell her over our communication, Lizzie, get back up! As Sterling's eyes glow purple, kind of like they did when confronting Winston a few episodes ago.
Okay. Yeah, I guess all you need to be able to do is to give Lizzie a pep talk. Lizzie, you get clunked unconscious. They think you're unconscious. But you do that thing where you have one eye less than half open so you can see. I'll give you a bonus die on, basically a surprise round on these two people who are about to try and tie you up.
She gets +1 effect and +1 armor as well.
Very nice.
Waiting 28 episodes to do that.
You're welcome.
All right, Lizzie, go ahead and roll. If you're shooting them hunt, you can also go skirmish because you're basically mano-a-mano with them at this point.
Yeah, and I get a bonus die with that.
Yes, because you're catching them by surprise.
I pick up a whiskey bottle and smash them back over the head. Using skirmish. That's a 6 and 2 4s. That's a lot better result.
The 6 and 2 4s. You stand up, you clock one, and the other one gets knocked on the ground because you basically hammered the one so hard that he fell on top of his brother. The other ones thought you had this well in hand, so they weren't ready to shoot you. What do you do next?
Try and finish untying my brother.
Okay. Roll finesse again to try and untie your brother.
Yeah, that's a fail. That was a 1.
I'm going to offer you... Devil's Bargain is wrong. I'm going to offer you an opportunity to just retry with the realization you're holding a jagged glass bottle that you use to cut the ropes now.
Ooh, yeah.
I will give you a bonus die on finesse to do that. Or if you want, you to roll tinker since you're using a tool. I don't... Either one seems applicable to cutting a rope.
I was gonna say, it doesn't matter either way. They're the same dice. 6 and a 1.
Yeah, with a 6, you slash the rope where the knot is, and the ropes just fall to the ground. Your brother is now free.
I hand him one of the pistols to start helping.
All right, I need a voice for your brother. Let's see here. All right, describe Jared for me. This is the first time we've had Jared on screen. Now that he's not covered in rope.
He's big and muscular, like your old Iowan corn-raised football players. Mainly because he's used to hammering with an anvil because of blacksmithing. And he knows his way around any weapon.
Alright, I'm going to pull the group here. Not Lizzie. Lizzie doesn't get a say. Should I just make all of Lizzie's siblings have Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice? Or should this one be Forrest Gump because he's a corn farmer from the Midwest?
I would say try to go as deep southern as you can. Almost like you got molasses coming out of his mouth.
So I was trying to put my finger in my mouth. Okay, sis. I got this. He pulls back the hammer and he starts shooting, but his shooting ability is going to be based entirely on how well you do shooting. So roll hunt with your pistol to try and shoot down the other Ringling brothers.
Lizzie's like, Jared, when did you get braces?
A 6 and a 5.
Yeah, with a 6 and a 5, the two of you start shooting together, back to back in a spin thing. First, you shoot out the one who is... I think you saved the one who is under his unconscious brother for last because he's the least threat. You get the ones that are hiding in cover, and then you get the one... You're okay. And the Ringling brothers did also have, between them all, a bunch of pistols, so you can be armed and also arm Jared.
Yeah. And then we head toward Pepperidge Farm.
Okay, gonna get your sister next. Time to make the donuts. I'm glad somebody got that reference.
Enjoy what you're hearing? Rate us on your favorite podcatcher. Reviews on platforms like Apple, Spotify, or Good Pods help new listeners find our content. It's a completely free way to support the show. Thanks for listening.
Don't tell me you haven't checked out Bard Rock Cafe yet. I would say it's not the end of the world, but I don't know if that's true for us. After a meteor crashed into our tavern and holy magic stopped working, weird stuff started happening all around us. Stuff I certainly don't know how to explain. Turns out, something is destroying entire planes throughout the universe. And we, of course, are the only ones who can stop it. That would be stressful enough if we weren't getting our hands turned into eggs, acquiring sudden constant amnesia, or disappearing entirely, or having our arms turned to flippin' iron, or whatever, while we're trying to accomplish literally anything. Can our heroes save the day? Can we? I don't know. Find out on Bard Rock Cafe, wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
Max.
Yeah.
The giant head made of cheap plastic to resemble a stone idol opens its hinged mouth over and over again to approximate talking, in the same way a Muppet would. Its eyes flashing a rainbow of colors as it informs you, to ascend the sanctuary steps, you must answer a series of questions. I will tell you a story, and at the end of the story you will be asked those questions. For each question you answer correctly, you may ascend one of the sanctuary steps. For each question you answer incorrectly, your friend Layla, being held by the secret guards inside the heart of the sanctuary, will become in more danger. And it will also, just a reminder for you and the viewers, make Winston do badly at a card game.
Oh. So that's like, I'm damned if I do and damned if I don't.
As Ozempic says this, the Jumbotron above you showing Winston does a picture-in-picture effect showing Layla and her new husband, tied up and dangling over a large pool of water being circled by a group of crocodiles. You must answer 3 questions correctly to ascend all the stairs. Answer 3 incorrectly and Layla and her friend will perish. I will begin the story now.
Friend, what do you mean? We got married earlier today. Hello?
I've been informed that apparently they are bumping uglies. That is not important to my task. More than 200 years ago, there was a great war between man and monster, the records of which were lost to history. The humans had sheer numbers, but the monsters had raw power on their side, having set aside the differences across their many monstrous cultures to unite against the humans who kept them hiding in the shadows for millennia. In one corner of the earth after another, the humans fell, but the last holdouts were the lost city of Seattle, where a group of human rebels continued to defy the vampire army fighting to control the American West Coast. Those rebels eventually met their fate, here at the Secret Sanctuary, where 2 of them eventually betrayed the others, having been secretly converted into vampires, and led them into an ambush. Doused the humans with a powerful neurotoxin, the vampires eliminated all but the most decorated member of the rebel group before his very eyes, and then taking him prisoner and ending the war. The prisoner was tortured for more than a century, unaware the vampires had faked the death of the woman he loved and converted her into a vampire as well. There's a long pause as Ozempic allows you to internalize all this information, before asking you the questions.
Yes. Okay, yes.
If Max is feeling loose in the slightest, he would absolutely realize that the information in these questions is not actually in the story itself. The first question. Who were the traitors who led the rebels into the ambush?
Let's see. Who were the traitors? On which side?
I cannot provide additional information. There was only one group of traitors.
Well, it depends on your viewpoint, doesn't it? I mean, if you were the vampires, someone could have been a traitor there. If you were the rebels, there could have been a traitor there. I remember this one named Joe. Stout fella, had everything you needed. Prices were a little steep, though.
You hear a tick-tock noise. Dom, I need you to insert that clock sound as it becomes evident with an anxiety-inducing tick-tock sound that you're running out of time to answer the question.
Who was, well, let's just humor you and say it's a rebel traitor against the vampires, we'll say. Let's say, hang on.
Max pulls out, from his waist, right behind his belt buckle. You see him fumbling with the waistline, and he goes,
Joseph Dunman.
That is incorrect.
Oh.
And you watch as the rope holding Layla and her husband. Jim, do you ever provide the name of the husband? I know I haven't. Does the audience have it yet?
Nicholas Elodian.
Thank you. Yeah, Layla and Nicholas lower by like 1/3 the distance to the croc tank.
Oh, they're fine.
The crocs jump up. They are narrowly unable to reach Layla and Nicholas Odian.
Oh, that's not...
Layla, did you really not tell him that we were married?
I mean, it hadn't come up yet.
I'm offended.
Also, even if I told him he's the most senile person I've ever met, he would not remember. Part of the reason I divorced him was he kept forgetting we were married.
I could never forget you, Layla. That bunny rabbit birthmark right under your left butt cheek.
That is not my birthmark, and I don't know how, but you managed to pronounce my name in a way where I think you're spelling it incorrectly.
How did he know I have that on my butt cheek?
Who was the sole survivor of the rebels?
Sole survivor of the rebels, Joseph Dunman?
You hear like a very 1980s game show. Bing, 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 bing. That answer is correct. Please ascend the next step.
Oh, thank goodness I'm wearing his pants.
And as you ascend this enormous plastic step, it lights up like a 1990s light bright toy.
Oh, that's fun.
The secret sanctuary is built over the ruins of what ancient human city?
Probably,
This was literally the only one that's actually given in the passage.
somewhere in the Pacific Northwest. Say, Bellevue. No, not Bellevue. That one. SeaTac. No, Seattle.
Bing, 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 bing. You may ascend the next stair. And same thing, the light bright thing happens. It's very clearly evident when he does this. These stairs that are made to look like stone are actually made of cheap plastic.
Oh.
All right. 4th question. Who were the 3 generals of the Great Vampire Army?
There were 4?
No, I said 3. There are 4 lights. There are 3 generals.
Oh, yes. But there were 4 generals. You have Proctor, you have Gamble, you have the Colonel, and you also have Jack Boxian.
You were so close. You named 2 of them correctly. A guy who's clearly a different rank entirely, and I have no idea who Jack is. Incorrect. Bum, bum, bum.
Oh, that's not good.
You watch as Layla and Nicholas Odian lower down. They are just above the tank, and the secret guards actually slide a cover out to prevent the crocodiles from jumping up and eating them too early.
Yes, because they do have a great leaping skill.
You still have feelings for him, don't you?
I mean, yes, but at the same time, like, do you not have feelings for people you were in love with at some point? That just seems like a natural human thing to have.
I mean, typically after you've had a divorce, that you've had time to process these things before you get involved in a new relationship.
I mean, I love him, but like at this point, it's more like a stupid older brother. Anyway, who was the sole survivor's greatest love?
Sole survivor's greatest love. Oh, what are the odds her name was Layla?
Better not have been you. That's all I'm gonna say right now.
Well, let's see.
I'm pretty sure I'm not the woman in the story, Nick. Like, this was 200 fucking years ago or more.
I don't know, there's lots of things apparently you haven't told me yet.
What was their name? Well, we have, who do I know? I have, there's JG. What other?
You have Jessica, Sandra, and Rita, a little bit of Monica.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, spoilers for Bump in Paradise.
Don't forget a Lizzie.
Oh yes, I do know a Lizzie. But I don't think I think she's a little too young for that.
Elizabeth, you say? Elizabeth who?
Elizabeth?
I do need a last name.
Oh no. Okay, what last names do I know?
Smith, Johnson, Johansson. He just goes through the entire list of common surnames.
Smith, Jones, Baker, Barker.
If it helps, she has the same last name as that Reverend character you played for Christmas.
Reverend Cantilever.
Would you like to use your one phone a friend to pull the audience?
Yes, I think so. I'll use my yes.
Right, I'm saying that, I mean, like, you guys can hear Max on the radio, so if you know the answers to this question, you can absolutely scream them at him.
I don't remember.
Sterling does, I can hear Sterling.
Gates. I don't know how Sterling would know that, but
Because you met her!
Mm-hmm.
what would they remember?
I mean, if you remember, it's good enough. As far as I'm concerned, if you have the knowledge and you know your character theoretically has it, I'm not worried about the meta decision whether or not they remember in this moment.
I mean, wouldn't it technically be Dunman if they got married? I mean, I'm just saying.
There's nowhere in the story or in anything Justin's ever told me have I gotten clarification whether these two characters ever got married. I know her as this last name.
Why don't you tell me the name of the person you're talking about?
So if Sterling is confident, I will say all the Gates.
Confirmation, you're saying a woman whose name is at least 2/3 Elizabeth Gates.
At least.
All right, Rebecca Elizabeth Gates is correct.
Woo! I hope she's a nice lady.
You actually catch a glance of, in the audience for the Combat Critters game, like a video conference screen of Samantha Sung watching this game. Like, she has to watch the execution. And she's like, Max. Anyway, as Max ascends the final of the 3 enormous plastic stairs, the 2 guards walk off screen from the Jumbotron of Layla and emerge from the temple wearing wooden masks and wielding spears and flank him, attempting to stab him with their spears. Max, what do you do?
Oh, I let them. They can absolutely stab me right in this arm and right in this leg.
Roll a d6 for raw luck to see if they get you in your actual prosthetic arm and leg.
They don't know. It's just a big honking steampunk mechanical arm and
Yes, it's
leg.
definitely not obviously a mechanical arm and leg.
A singular d6.
Oh no, I rolled a 1.
So knowing that they're clearly not fooled, would you like to do anything about them stabbing you with spears before they stab you with spears?
I would actually, before they actually stab me in my body parts with a spear, I would like to surprise stick them, and I throw the stick I had from the last episode.
Pocket stick! Alright, roll finesse to try and confuse them with your pocket stick.
All right, that would be no. I rolled 2 1s.
Alright, at a critical failure, one of them just bats the stick away. The other one, trying to decide how explicit our explicit tags are, sodomizes you in the ass with the spear.
Ooh.
We've definitely talked about that on the show already.
Right, I haven't said, I don't think we've said it that expressly. No, a spear goes all the way up your butt.
Oh boy.
You're gonna take, what levels of harm do you have available?
I have all my.
That's right. You recently died. That's right. Funny reason to have full HP, actually. You're gonna take a 2nd level harm of torn asshole.
Oh my! That takes me back to college days.
You really hate to see it.
And then, as harshly as he put it in, he takes it out and he runs back into the secret sanctuary with his other guard friend.
You gotta go slow.
It was a hit and run.
That's so unsanitary.
Wash that.
And Max, now trying to do something about his profusely bleeding butt, we're going to cut back to the card studio. Back in the card studio, Winston sees all this play out as the game with Famous Nathan continues.
I'm going to say, Nathan, that was, compared to what they did to us over at the Famous Factory, I mean, that was nothing right there. I mean, really, this is the best that you can come up with?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you not amused? Are you not entertained?
Not in the slightest.
He gestures to the wall behind him, and a panel in the wall opens up to reveal Dijonais French, shackled to the wall 15 feet above the ground, on a platform that slides up behind Nathan is crackling spirit energy. Winnie, you must have realized by now this is no ordinary combat critters arena. The holograms are spirits made to manifest into our critters. When they're destroyed, that spirit energy can be harnessed into the city's power grid. So if you destroy my monsters, you're going to kill innocent ghosts. And to raise the stakes, every time I lose life, Miss French here is going to be painfully shocked and drain some of her spirit energy. If you defeat me, her spirit will be forcibly bottled and she will die. So go ahead and take your next turn, Winnie, knowing that even if you win, you lose. Who's the weakest Nathan now?
Still you. Quick question above board. Remind me again the exact wording of the warrior you played last turn.
Alright, so the corporate defense lawyer's ability states, players cannot use their draw a card or use the stapler invocation actions on their turn.
Alright, so he's just a standard warrior?
Yes.
Alright, so I am going to begin my turn by attacking him with my Elephantum.
Okay.
I'm going to engage in critter combat, shall they say. So I believe, because they are the same strength, that they are just going to engage in a battle to their mutual demise.
Basically, the playbook that Nathan is playing out of is focused on having lots of response actions, and he has not used his response action. And he has a whole bunch because it's a boss fight. He's going to say, "Objection!" And the corporate lawyer is going to pull a brief out of its little briefcase as Nathan pulls a card from his hand during your turn. That negates your ability to attack this turn.
All right.
As the attorney also typically takes on the visage of Ace Right.
Okay. If that's the way we're going to play right here, I think that I have more tricks up my sleeve than you do, my good friend.
Do you have a tourniquet for my butt?
By the way, because Max took took an asshole amount of damage to a spear,
Yep.
You lose 1 life and get painfully shocked.
Oh, you mother. Okay.
I mean, blame your friend. He's the one who literally took it up the ass for you.
You know, you don't need to be that vulgar. Nobody particularly cares for that at all whatsoever. Okay. You've left me no choice, Nathan. It's time to invite you to a party. And I'm going to play White Elephant Party. I'm going to take your corporate defense lawyer and replace him. It's an invocation which lets me exchange control of 2 warriors or items of my choice.
You cannot play an invocation with the corporate defense lawyer out.
I cannot play an invocation with the corporate defense lawyer out. Okay. Nate, buddy in my head, friend,
Yes?
what am I supposed to be doing here? Give me, just a little bit of advice.
Near as I can tell, the purpose of the deck TJ Maxx built for the other stupider me is to basically build an impenetrable defensive wall where, when it's fully complete, you will have no option but to either concede or ineffectually fight him until you deck yourself because you cannot penetrate the wall. You need to individually dismantle the pieces of his defense.
Okay. But if I can't play invocations and I can't attack, how am I supposed to just...
I mean, you need to gauge your attack this turn. You can attack again next turn. You just need to force him to use his reactions.
I have an idea. All right, I'm going... Force him to use his reaction, okay. In that case, I'm going to summon Pack of Death. Pack of Death is a normal warrior. Actually, excuse me, he is a weak warrior. And whenever an elephant dies, my opponent will lose 1 life.
Okay.
So you see a sickly little orphan elephant dressed in, 1920s garb with a scarf around his neck and a little, little crutch under his arm and a little tiny tin cup, and he just goes, just coughs under his breath because he's very sick and very ill. Nathan, you've given me a lot of things to worry about and a lot of people to worry about. But you understand that everyone that's here is here for me to help me get you back to where you belong.
Where I belong is on the top of Paradise's food chain, Winnie, and you're going to be the mulch that rises me to the top.
From what I've heard, there's already a Nathan up there. He's hanging out in the corporate suite with Procter & Gamble right now, isn't he? Well, you're down here doing all the dirty work.
I mean, we all get time up there. The Nathan that was getting to schmooze up there is in one of your bottles. Thank you for removing him. He was their favorite.
You know, he was back at Famous Factory, and that's not the only thing I found while I was back at Famous Factory. And I'd like to do a flashback.
Okay, flashback. We're now playing Blades in Paradise again.
Yes, I'm now playing Blades in Paradise again. I'd like to do a flashback to our time at the famous factory when we walked into our childhood bedroom.
Okay.
And as Sterling is picking up the race car bed, I notice that something falls out from underneath the race car bed. And it's one of his 3 copies of the fucking Death Claw from Fallout.
Ooh, I like it. I'm going to make, because you basically are, this is a thing that would fundamentally surprise him, like, to the point where, like, I think he was stressed about it. I'm going to make this a 3 stress flashback if you want to have that card not be in his deck because you did that.
I fully expected that, and I will fully accept that.
Meanwhile, Max is walking through your flashback going, "Oh, this is so much better. My butt doesn't hurt." Oh, wait, don't go back. Don't go back.
Why don't you count the cards in your deck, Nathan?
I mean, okay, yeah, I can do that. Like, according to the tournament rules of Combat Critters, he flips through and he's like, huh. I am 1 card short. That's weird. How did you know that?
We'll find out later.
All right, is it my turn then, Winnie?
Sure.
All right, so for my next card, I'm going to play Corporate Headquarters. And he places a card on the field, and you watch as a fortress forms around the corporate defense lawyer. Then Nathan describes the effect, which I totally have written down. While Corporate Headquarters is in play, I gain a response action at the start of every turn, and I gain 1 life. I will say, in real time as this happens, this is where you see Lizzie gain the advantage to take out the Ringling brothers, and Sterling averages out because Sterling almost fumbled but then recovered just fine, so no advantage or disadvantage there. Even though you weren't allowed to draw a card, you may draw a card, or you may play an invocation or a staple now as a response during Nathan's turn, because your friends succeeded in this thing that they did.
I am going to play an invocation called the Dispelling Tusk. And it's when an opponent plays an item or invocation, I can play this to stop that card from being played.
Okay.
By sacrificing one of my elephants. So I'm going to sacrifice one of my little tiny weak elephants, gain a life, have Nathan lose a life, and stop the item from being played.
Alright, so the fortress disintegrates as a big elephant tusk just boomerangs into it and shatters it. And you watch the spirit energy of the elephant dissipate, and you know that you just sent a ghost into the energy field.
I'm sorry.
And as Nathan loses 1 life, you watch Dejanay have a portion of her soul siphoned off into a bottle on the wall. Ow!
Don't worry, we'll fix that. I have a way of fixing that.
You know, Winnie, it actually is one of the most painful things a person can experience to have a section of their soul physically ripped off from the main part. I can attest that she's...
I disagree.
Nathan, how would you know that? I mean, you hadn't had to go through any of the pain or any of the experience of this. You just kind of, poof, you were one day in that automaton.
I very much was the thing that got cut off. I experienced that pain.
Okay.
Like, I was part of the whole until that point, so yes, that was my pain to feel too.
Really? Because I'm talking...
He said part of the whole...
Because I'm talking to you in here in my head right now, and he's telling me that you never really mattered to him anyway, that he really never was a jealous or an envious person, that this part of you is something that he always wished he could have forgotten or just been without. So it felt good for him to see you go.
Oh, it felt good for him to see me go, eh? We'll see about that. Nathan is looking through his thing. Oh, does he have anything else he can do before he ends his turn? Oh, you know what? Actually, I do have something I'm going to do. Since apparently you stopped my fortress from coming out, it's time for me to go to my A game. And he's going to summon his ace card. I summon the fucking Death Claw from Fallout. And he lays it down, and you watch as all the a ton of spirit energy accumulates into this massive, you know what the fucking Death Claw from Fallout looks like.
These things again. I thought we were... Sterling, can you come here and punch this one, please?
On my way.
So, Sterling, do you actually leave the train thing you're in the middle of to try and find your way to the dock, since you are substantially less restrained in your ability to leave than the others?
Kill Grace first, then come punch this thing.
You're in the queue now.
All right, so Sterling, we jump back to you as we approach the end of this episode. Describe what you do as you reach the front of the train where Grace is.
I'm gonna grab the edge of the train and swing down and kick through the window into the engine where Grace is.
You know what? Let's just go with skirmish. It's fancy skirmish, but it's skirmish.
Is it skirmish with an umlaut?
Skirmish.
That's a 5.
With a 5, you swing in Indiana Jones style. You give her a full, 2-footed kick, and she smashes against the against the window of the other door. If you got a 6, she would have gone out the other window as it broke. But you are now in the thing with her. She is stunned, and you see as she's regaining her composure, she reaches to her belt to pull a sidearm of some sort.
I dive for it.
All right, roll skirmish again. Are you trying to prevent her from getting the weapon, or just clobber her?
I want to take the gun.
Okay. All right, roll skirmish to try and take the gun.
That's a 3.
You knock the gun out of her hand. You don't get a hold of it. It clatters on the ground, and it fires off a bullet. That bullet goes into the furnace powering the monorail. And as the monorail starts to explode, that is where we end tonight's episode.
Blades in Paradise is Paul Kinter as Master of Ceremonies, Justin Langston as Maximilian Graves, Queenie as Lizzie Calhoun, Emil Riley as Sterling Ackred, and myself, Jim Remus, as Dr. Winston Thoreau. Dommy is our editor, and Allison's our producer. You can directly support this show at patreon.com/bardrockcafe, starting at just $3 a month. We've just updated our Patreon rewards, so now is a perfect time to subscribe. Subscribers can join us on Discord, can come play games with us, and receive access to ad-free episodes and an ever-growing library of bonus content. You can support the podcast for free by sharing us on social media, by word of mouth, or by rating and subscribing on your favorite podcatcher. Lastly, you support us just by listening. Thank you for listening, dear friend.